You're tuned into WKCR 89.9 FM on the dial, and this is Notes from Underground. I'm your host, Dylan Farley, joined by
K Starks. What it do?
Oh, my fault, brother. Do that one more time.
Nah, we good. K Starks. What it do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. K Starks in the building, and we are both joined by the illustrious Rhakim Ali. Thank you so much for being here, my brother.
Appreciate it.
Coming from upstate and shit.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for joining us here at WKCR. We know we had you waiting for a little bit, but we're about to get into everything. Rhakim Ali here on 89.9 FM's Notes from Underground. So first off, you want to tell the people what brought you to New York this time around? Feel what I'm saying? What you got going on?
It's Fashion Week.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I love Fashion Week. I was here last year around the same time. I had a good time. And I just so happened to get booked for 2 shows. So it's cool. It's just cool to be down here.
You move the mic up a little bit? Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you had a show last night, right?
Yeah.
How'd it go?
That was probably one of the best shows I ever had.
Oh,
Word?
One of the best shows. Absolutely.
What made it so good?
Just the people that was there, just being able to be in the city. One of my mans, his name is Speak. He DJs for me. That was our first show we did in the city. And just being in the city, and I had people in the crowd that knew the lyrics to a lot of songs, so I didn't really get that often. So to see that, it was amazing.
That's always dope.
Absolutely.
Always dope. You had people singing the words and everything like that, rapping with you?
It was wild. They was right in the front, just singing everything. I was pointing at them and all that. It was smooth.
I saw mad people reposting the stuff that you reposted in the story. That was fire. Most definitely. So where are you from in Albany? Where are your Albany roots and everything like that?
So I live on a street called South Pearl. I've been there for most of my life. I lived probably 10 minutes uptown, but we moved when I was younger. So I've been there for a while.
Facts. What do you think about the New York upstate, the upstate New York hate? What you think about that? Y'all be getting a lot of flack and shit like that.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
You're not from New York, all that shit.
I get it to a certain extent, but it's I don't know. I feel like New York it definitely has its
pockets.
Yeah, it has its pockets.
Sure.
I feel like we're in a process now where we're building our own pockets. So it's cool to see that come into fruition.
Most definitely. Does that underground though aspect of upstate New York fuel you in any way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It has for a long time, just being the underdog, geographically. It's different. You gotta work twice as hard when you coming from a place a lot of people aren't familiar with. So but it builds skill, it builds, competition, it builds hunger. So
most definitely.
I'm grateful for that.
Most definitely.
Is there any unique slang in Albany that never got down to the city?
Yeah.
I don't know. What you think?
I ain't gonna lie, we got a couple. I'll say flays.
What?
Flays a big one. Like if you're doing something funny, that's flays.
Introduce yourself too.
My name's Cito. This my cousin right here. You know what I'm saying?
Family shit.
We've been going to school together literally since we was little. Elementary school. Yeah. It's funny how everything came about. We was always cool. We was never super close, but we ended up working in the same place called Laced Up. I know y'all got a store out here too.
Facts.
And I ain't gonna lie, ever since then it just been up. We both got on the same frequency and it just been up from there, honestly.
That's what's up. So you said the word flays?
Yeah.
That's the word. What does
it's
that mean?
funny because I was gonna say that too. That's the main one. So it's somebody moving funny. Or they doing something crazy. Yeah, they being flays. They being flays. Yeah, they worm.
Facts. I like that. Have you ever had a garbage plate? You know what that is? A garbage plate?
Yeah, I had it before.
So so my dad is from Rochester. He's from Brockport, but close to Rochester, New York, upstate. And they got something called the garbage plate, which is if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. It's fries, potatoes, some what's it?
Cut up plug and shit.
Yeah, cut up beef and shit, right? And then mad sauces and shit.
Just a whole bunch of stuff.
And then what I found out was I went to Montreal recently, and they have something called poutine, which is the same shit. But so the poutine is the garbage plate, but that's what it derives from. The garbage plate came after the poutine, so it just comes down from there.
It's the Canadian influence.
Yeah. So
poutine is fire though.
Yeah,
it's fire. I had it at a couple places. It's cool.
That's valid. I fuck with it for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, the garbage plate is different. That shit is a lot of food. It's really some I've only seen that shit upstate. I've never seen that shit down here yet. It's not here yet.
Because upstate, you got to put on weight. It's cold up there.
It's cold as hell.
I wasn't even thinking like that. That's crazy. I wasn't even thinking like that.
It's terrible up there.
I was just niggas got nothing to do but eat. That's what I was thinking. No disrespect. I was just thinking about the niggas that I see, the white people up there, they're really big and shit. And also I wouldn't go running up there because there's no paths.
People be running.
But on the side of the highway for real?
Not on the side of the highway.
Yeah,
Not
like
the
that's
side
what I
of the
mean.
highway,
Like,
yeah.
and people be having houses by the side of the highway.
Yeah, because
So
it's
I
it's-
didn't know
crazy.
that.
Yeah, so it's like my grandma lives by like the side of the highway. Like, so it's like I'm not finna run by there. Like,
Yeah, no,
that shit is dangerous.
You asking
Like,
for
and it's
trouble.
upstate. Like, niggas is dangerous out there. Is it crazy up there in Albany in terms of like race shit?
Nah, not really. Not
No?
really. I haven't really had much experience with that, but I feel like other people could say otherwise.
Word. Going back into music, when did you start, officially making music?
Officially, I'd probably say like the age of 12, 13. Like I always had a passion for music, so I was like dibbling, dabbling when I was younger. But as far as like actually releasing music, I was like 13 when I put my first project out.
That's fire. That's
Yeah.
fire. What got you? Like, did someone in your life influence you to get into it? Like a cousin, for example?
Yeah,
Or
I
some shit
say
like that?
a lot of my family, man. Like my mom was rapping at one point.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, it's
She was putting out
crazy. Like
music?
my mom, she had a CD. It was her, my uncle, and another like friend from the neighborhood.
That's dope.
They was working on stuff. Like my dad produced and rap. I got uncles that sing, uncles
Fire.
that rap. So it was just like
Musical family.
it was around me. Yeah.
Mm.
Plus my family just likes listening to music. So I'm always at parties, cookouts, cleaning the house on Sundays,
Facts.
listening to stuff. So that's pretty much how I got into it.
Facts. Did your mom ever critique your raps or anything?
My
like
mom
that
is like
when you
my
were growing
biggest
up?
fan. Like
That's fire.
there's this one song, like she plays it all the time. She's like, when I die, like play this at my funeral, like all types of stuff. Like
That's hard.
had it as her ringtone. Like she keeps me going.
How did that feel? Like to have your mom, who was a rapper and shit, like who took it seriously at one point, to tell you like, damn son, like you're
Yeah.
doing this shit right.
At first, I was always shy because I'm just like, my mom sees me in a different light. Like when it comes to writing a lot of music and saying a lot of things, like I wasn't really sure if she like knew I had these ways of thinking and like, you know what I mean? Like I'm out
Facts.
here, so
You're being vulnerable.
yeah, exactly, being vulnerable. And I never really was like the vulnerable type. So to do it in music and to have her actually enjoy it and like appreciate that I do. And she acknowledges it. She lets me know all the time, like, you really got a passion for this. Like you're not doing it just to do it. Like you have a purpose doing this. So
That's interesting.
she helps me. She leads the way. for
That's
real.
some real shit though. Like
Yeah.
being like vulnerable with your art, like so much so that
Yeah.
like it's like you're afraid to show your parents because it's like a different side that they might not even know about. I didn't really think about it like that. That's what's up though. But you got a project called God's Favorite Rapper. When did that like sort of mindset come into fruition? Like, yo, I'm really the one doing this shit. Like
I say
I'm chosen to do this shit.
probably like maybe like late teens, early 20s. Like
Word.
I'm always humble. You know what I mean? Like I always give credit when it's due. But it got to a point for me where I was just like, I could be real, I could be the best with this if I really, you know what I mean, sit down and put in my hours. Like I could be the best. I could be as good as I want to be. So I kind of just took that and just went all the way with it.
Facts.
Yeah. One of the, going back to some shit you might not want your mom to hear, track 9 of 12 on that album, God's Favorite Rapper, is a joint called The Habib Show. And when Dale told me about it, he's like, yo, check this out, see me rapping. I was like, Habib Show, what the hell is that? Looked it up. We can't necessarily talk about that on air. But
You know what it was?
I did not.
Nigga, I feel like a goon.
Yeah,
I put you on the Habib Show. It's bad.
You did, yeah. Well,
bad.
I mean, Rakim put us on the Habib Show. So.
It's a nice little, it's funny because like, I've only had like one or two people like come up to me and be like, yo, like that's actually kind of funny. So it's like one of those
That shit
things
is
where it's
dumb
like
funny.
if you catch it, if
Mhm.
you catch it, it's gonna be it's a good inside joke.
That shit
Fire ass
really-
song, too.
What was the inspo for that? Was y'all like, was there like an inside joke or some shit in the
It was an
studio?
inside joke. Like it
Facts,
was kind
that's
of
all
just
I
some
was
shit that I just thought it'd be funny. And then it's crazy because they like reposted the song on Twitter. They like retweeted it when I
Wait,
like,
the
dropped
Habib
it.
Show?
Yeah.
That's
I don't
fire.
know if they used it,
That's how I was gonna
but
say.
it's crazy.
They
Nigga,
put the
that's
joke in the
fire.
back.
They retweeted it. I was like, I'll take that. Like I ain't mad.
That's hard, nigga. I did not know that. That's dumb funny. What
Shit
the
is
fuck?
crazy.
But back to the God, you feel me? God's favorite rapper and shit. Does religion play like a large part in your life at all? Like that aspect?
It does. It has. It has a lot. Like it helps me with, building faith, just, having faith, in like a higher power, just, having me just leading the way into things. I'm
Mhm.
real like religious, like in the spiritual, you know what I mean? Like I take pride in the stuff I believe in,
Facts.
and because it helps, so I don't really judge people on what they believe on. Like as long as you got something that pushes you forward and you got faith
definitely.
in something, like that's something I can get down with. You feel me?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
So you've been putting out music since 2017. That's the first joint I saw on Apple Music, and
Mhm.
probably before then as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, what have been the ups and downs of your career? Like, are you independent now,
Mhm.
or have you always been independent? Or
Yeah.
you always been independent? And just talk about how faith played a role in keeping you in the game so long.
Definitely.
Most definitely.
And we done seen a lot of growth in your music for sure.
I appreciate
Facts.
that. Just being young, putting out music young, and just the type of music that I was making at this certain age, like it was, like generally speaking, like who's gonna take a 13-year? I don't want to say take them seriously, but like not a lot of people's gonna listen to somebody that's rapping at 13 years old, 13, 14. But it's like I'm glad that I was still putting music out because it kept my pen sharp at a yeah, absolutely. So as far as the ups, just like having more and more people just like find my music and appreciate it. There was definitely downs, like you know how like rap politics be, like oh who's top 5, who's top 10. So it's just like not seeing my name on those lists for a while. It got to me, and I feel like that was something that played a part in my music getting better because I was just like I'm not gonna stop until I can prove that I'm better than these other people that I'm being like snubbed when it comes to, you know what I mean, lists and you know the politics and stuff.
And these is cats in the Albany scene?
Like dudes and all, but just like kind of just in New York in general, but like when I was young, definitely mainly in Albany. And it's just like once I like really got out of the local mindset, I was kind of just taking every list I wasn't on personally. You feel me? So stuff like that, like blogs, like emailing a whole bunch of blogs, not getting emails back, like all of that shit was hard. And it's a tough pill to swallow when it's like, you know, your music is good and don't nobody else really want to listen to it or don't appreciate it as much as you do. So
that's real.
That's the thing. Like when we said, like just keeping faith. So it's like if you have faith in yourself that people are gonna recognize it one day, then it's gonna happen. You just gotta allow it to happen. You gotta learn from your mistakes, and you gotta just keep hooping for real.
Facts. Speaking on, you know, having that chip on your shoulder, like I really do love like your cadence and your flow and your shit. Like I feel like back to what he said, like the progression in your music, I feel like you really got this new sort of, not new, but stepped into this cadence and this flow like 2020 type shit with your music.
It's like maturity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for me, like I listen to hella Larry June and Currency and shit. And that's the vibe it gave off when I first tapped into your music, when I first heard like Take a Bow and shit like that. And what are the inspirations for you in terms of like sonically, like making sure you have a certain song that captures that, you know, I got a chip on my shoulder, nigga. Like, fuck is wrong with y'all niggas? Put on this list and shit. Like, how does that come into fruition?
I just, you know, I like to sit down and just think. Like, I usually will have a concept or something in mind before I start writing. But as far as like not sitting down and writing, my head is just always just like flowing with ideas and like lyrics and stuff. So when it gets to the point where I gotta like put that chip on my shoulder, I can sit down and just like really lock into that mindset and get going. So
most definitely. Who'd you listen to growing up, like mainly?
My favorite rapper is DMX. That's somebody I grew up courtesy of my mom. Like him. I'd probably say if it wasn't for him, like I don't know if I'd be rapping for real. Like he was one of those dudes that really inspired me. Him. I like a lot of New York rappers, so like Jay-Z, Nas, all that. Like I was born down south. I was born in Alabama, so I got some family from down there. So I got put on to like 3 6 Mafia. What's the other dude name who made P.D. Pablo, like dudes like that, like Pimp C, like Outkast, like all of that. So it was cool to get the best of both worlds. Like it helped me a lot with when it came to like making music and finding my sound.
Speaking on DMX, you got To Hell and Back is your 2021 LP. They got the
absolutely. I got the. Let's see if I can roll my
gangster, nigga.
A tattoo. You feel me?
You'd be happy to know X was at this, not this exact station, but he was at Stretch and Barbito back in the day.
That's fire.
Which was the old, you know, WKCR hip hop show. Nas, Jay-Z as well.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
Jay-Z's if you have listened to the 12 minute or 9 minute? What is it? 7 minute
with Big L, right?
Yeah, 7 minute freestyle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that
was here.
That was here.
That's
WKCR.
insane. I never knew that.
And that's Jay-Z's very first ever radio appearance or freestyle. And that's like his first introduction to be Jay-Z. Like Big L's like, yeah, they're like, who'd you bring with you? It's like, yo, it's my man's Jay-Z. And he's like, yo, I'm Jay-Z. Not Hove yet, none of that.
And
that's
Jay-Z.
crazy.
Some tracks on Illmatic low-key premiered on KCR, right?
Yes, almost every single track premiered on WKCR.
Yeah.
And then on the 20th year anniversary, why is my father calling me? On the 20th year anniversary of Illmatic, he dropped a deluxe version of the project. And on it has his WKCR freestyle that he did.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Sorry.
Let's see.
Making sure it's not an emergency. My father's calling.
Yeah. Okay, let me go to your. So going back to vulnerability in your music, the most touching song for me was the joint "Rivers of My Fathers."
Yeah.
Where you talked about the death of your father as well as your relationship with your grandfather. if you're comfortable, can you speak more on, your father's passing, how it
Yeah.
affected you?
Yeah.
all that?
So my dad passed in 04. I was 4 years old. From what I've been told, he was like sick, so he ended up like passing away and all
Rest in
that.
peace.
Most definitely.
Just growing up, like it never really affected me as much as some people would think it would. But it definitely played a role in how I grew up, just learning how to be a provider, learning how to be, a man of the house. Like after that, like I grew up with my mom and 2 older sisters, you know what I mean? So it was different. Like the family dynamic was different, but I feel like it helped me in the sense of being who I am today. You know what I mean? So that my grandfather passing, like I was around him when I was young and I didn't really get to spend time with him, not for like a specific reason, but like after being a kid from like up until when he passed, like I didn't really get to see him much. So stuff like that was it bothered me a little bit. I would like to see, certain family members see this success that I'm having, but it is what it is. Like I kind of just, just take it and let it inspire me. Like they let them live through me.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
In terms of, you talked about repressing emotions and getting maturity through music, right? And working through your emotions. Can you talk more on that? And as your music got more, as you got better as a rapper and a writer, did you find music as a better outlet for your emotions and better for?
Absolutely. I feel like this is like one of the very few things where I'm like able to express my emotions in a comfortable manner as far as like talk. Like I've learned to express my emotions talking better because of making music, which is crazy. So it's been a very positive outlet.
You mean
like
talking with like people like off the
yeah,
mic?
like
That's what's
communicating with people. Like music helped me do that because it's just like listening to music, studying music. Like it helped me learn how to put my words together because it's like you're putting words together different when you're making music, but you can apply that to like a real life conversation. So it was one of those things where it was like both hands. You know what I mean?
Real.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Before you were talking about how having that chip on your shoulder because people weren't not necessarily resonating with your music, but people weren't just tapping in and like you weren't getting the love that you should be getting, the flowers that you should be getting. How does it feel to have like your song "Take a Bow" have almost 250,000 plays? Man?
Bro, it's wild. Like me and him, we talk about it like almost every day. Just like there was a time where like we weren't seeing these numbers and we were still grateful. You know what I mean? Because it's just like it wasn't like the number was never zero. Like it was something, but it was never zero. So it's just like.
Gotta be grateful for something.
Yeah, you gotta be grateful for something else. You're not gonna allow yourself to have access to more. You know what I mean? So
love that.
like 2 years ago, I was like under 500 monthly listeners on Spotify, and now I'm like at almost like 75,000, and it's all like no
Probably
A&R,
gonna be 100K by the end of the month,
bro. It's insane. Like
it's just OD.
no A&R, no manager, like no big homie, none of that. Like it's just us and the homie. So to just see us work hard and have faith, and for us to like see our manifestations and all that come true, it's a blessing, bro. Like even just being in this room for real, like this is just something that I've been wanting for a while. So all of these opportunities, like I'm grateful for, no matter how small or big. Like people got to learn how to treat the small wins important. You know what I mean?
Most
like
definitely.
it's not always about the grand slam. Like you got to celebrate the base hits too. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna build off that too. I ain't gonna lie. Like if I'm gonna keep it a bean, if we ain't have each other, we probably would have made it to where we at now to some type of certain extent, but not. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. I don't think
having a team.
Yeah, like I really don't think like LeBron wouldn't be who he was if he ain't have Chris Bosh, and you know what I'm saying. Like it's
Jordan wouldn't have got them rings without Pippen. He
bro,
said that shit
exactly,
straight up.
bro.
There's no way he could have got them shits.
And the reason why I feel like the reason why everything is going the way it's going is because we have no ego with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like if he fucking up, I'm gonna tell him straight to his face, I'm like, yo, bro, you fucking up, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Like we got that relationship with each other, and that's I really say that's what our whole circle. Like it's really like a calm, like 8-10 of us. You know what I'm saying? We all respectively do our stuff. We all add to the pot. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people don't understand. Like if he win, I win. It ain't exactly.
Facts.
You know
Never
what I'm
lose
saying?
that shit. That shit is real.
And also like God is everything. Like, and that's not to say like anybody else's religion is this or that. It's just believing in yourself, number one. You know what I'm saying? That's before anything else. You got to believe in yourself. But if you having trouble with that, you got to look, you know what I'm saying, inside. Your answer is not going to be outside. You can get every materialistic thing, but if you're not right inside, ain't nothing going to fulfill you. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's a fact.
Most definitely. We only got about 10 more minutes left, but I wanted to get into the most important part Mercy Rule, gang. Like, no skips on that bitch.
I appreciate
no
that.
No skips on that bitch.
I appreciate that, for
so,
real.
Let's talk, I want to talk about mainly Stunt 101 because we got my boy Wiseboy Jeremy on that
Shout
joint.
out Wiseboy Jeremy.
So what went into making that song specifically?
It's crazy, man. Like around this time last year, we had a show at SOB. So it was me, him, Life of Tom. Shout out Life of Tom.
Shout out Life of Tom, nigga.
Ravon.
He was supposed to be here. He was supposed to be here.
There was a lot of heads there. So, you know, it was a cool networking event. And then we just ended up linking up together. I posted the snippet to Stunt 101 because I had just my verse on there. Posted on my close friends. He's just like, yo, let me get a verse on this. Sent him the beat. He sent the verse back in like less than a week. And then it got to a time where I was like putting an album together, and I was just like, I'm gonna throw this on my album. He had Pumpkin Seeds come out. Shout out to that album. So I was just like, you know what I mean? Let me just add more fuel to the fire. Let me put him on the album. He ended up inviting me. He had a show, like a headlining show in the city a couple months ago, and he invited me, and we did Stunt 101. So it was cool to just have those full circle moments come together. You know what I mean? So
who produced that joint?
One of my mans. He's from. I don't know. I don't remember where he's from. These people be from all over the place. But the producer, he produced Texas Hold'em. Word. He did that. He did that one too. He did the same joint. So shout out him. Shout out him. He good. He good.
I floated on it.
I appreciate that.
Sure. What's the meaning of the cover of Mercy Rule, by the way? The black hand holding the arrow.
So it's just like, you know, like the Mercy Rule definition. It's like when you the game, like when the score is too high, like it gets to a point where you got to just end the game. So it's like that last arrow being thrown, like that's the, you know, it's over. It's over after that.
Who made the cover?
So one of my old coworkers, I used to be a TA at this school that I was working at, and she was the art teacher, and we ended up being cool friends. Her name is Avery. Shout out Avery. I asked her, I was just like, yo, like I'm working on an album, like I really need cover art, because I usually will have cover art before I start putting the album together, but this was one of those times where that didn't happen. So I was just like, if I got to pay anything, like just let me know. But it's like I need help with this one. So she pulled through, and the artwork was like beautiful. Like she painted it on the actual canvas. I got it hanging in my crib. So
that's fire.
It's fire.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah.
Wait, you're a TA?
I was a TA, but I'm actually like teaching now. I'm teaching music.
Oh, fire, bro.
Yeah, it's music production. It's wild, bro.
Black educators and shit.
Hell yeah.
Gotta clap it up for that shit.
Yeah, sir. Community.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I had no idea how you like doing that, by the way.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I like working with kids, man. I just like being that role model, that positive role model, you know, like that. And that was another reason why I kind of wanted to work at schools. Like I was doing school photography before I was even like a TA, and it was just like, I wasn't seeing a lot of male educators, but I also wasn't seeing a lot of like black educators. So
facts,
like
nigga.
it was something that stuck with me. So
it's a
like,
beautiful thing, bro.
When I was growing up in school, like I feel like we had a couple.
We definitely had
a couple.
We definitely had a couple. We went to like a more so like we went to more so like a urban school, if you would call it, you know what I'm saying? So we was exposed to a lot. But I like he said, like it's definitely a shortage in male African American teachers, you know what I'm saying? We need that, as we was just talking about before we came in here. Like a lot of people was just lost, and they don't necessarily want to be. They just need a sense of direction, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that can be done through music, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna lie, I know bro could be tight because he be humble, but every day, like respectfully, every day, like people DM him and tell him X, Y, and Z, like, oh, your music is doing this, like this and this and that. But like you said, we've been doing the same thing for, you know what I'm saying, years. We just wasn't seeing necessarily the success on paper, but it's showing now.
Most definitely.
And
absolutely.
Do you walk into the school with the grills on? Or
Nah. I did. One day. I don't know if they ready for all that yet.
Yeah, type shit. Back to like your music. Like the other thing about, I love like your mature sound, but there's also like a childish element to it. Like I love the basketball references and all that. That's my favorite part. Were you hooping in high school, and were you hooping back in the day and shit like that?
I was hooping a little bit in like elementary school, middle school. I was doing more track in high school, but I like hooping. That was like my favorite sport. Like I love basketball, so it's like all those little like sports wrestling references. Like I like doing stuff like that, and that was something that I got from just listening to other artists like MF Doom and like dudes like The Alchemist, like just adding little skits and little, you know what I mean, little perks in their music, stuff like that. Definitely.
Your artistry with it is amazing as well. Like the visuals that you had for like the little, what are they called? Like the canvases on Spotify and all the things that you posted were super dope. Who shot like the majority of the?
For the canvas, my one of my homies Z, he shot that, and it's funny because he's actually like moving down here now, so it's gonna be up when he gets settled. But Just a lot of the homies for real. Just like the people that's the part of our team, like they see my vision, and I trust their vision to like put stuff together whenever I need them to lead the way.
Facts. Well, you got a show tonight, right?
Yeah.
Where's the show at?
And in Brooklyn, I think it's on Broadway, if I'm not mistaken. So
you gonna be playing shit from the album for sure?
Yeah.
Well, how
definitely.
does it feel to finally be able to perform stuff from the project after holding it for so long? And
It's great.
It's
Great. I love performing new music. Like every time I got a show, like I always just try to do as much as I can from the new album. Like I do a couple throwbacks, like a couple old songs people like, but it's just like being able to perform that new music after it's out and it's going up. It's beautiful.
What do you want like people who go to your show to walk away with after hearing your shit? Like
just understanding that this is serious, you know what I mean? Like this isn't just something that I'm doing as a hobby. Like this is real life. And it's like if you really listen for real and you understand like what I'm talking about, like it could really have like a positive benefit for you. Like it's real life sermons for real. Like, you know what I mean? Like I be taking niggas to church for real.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts. So to end off, what are your goals for 2025? It's a new year, my brother. So what are the goals for this year?
Just be better. You know what I mean? Like I love the way 2024 went, but I wanna increase the magnitude. So I feel like that'd be a good goal of mine, is just to like just outdo myself, just be better than last year for real.
That's dope. Anything you want to say, Kaleb?
You gonna hit the 6-figure mark on the Spotify listeners soon?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Facts, bro.
That might fuck around happen tomorrow on some random shit.
Yeah, real.
It be like that.
On God.
Hell yeah.
Well, we appreciate you coming through, my brother.
Appreciate
Much
it.
love,
Likewise.
much love. Thank you as well, bro, for coming through, like showing us
Thank you.
support, everything like that. And we wish the best of luck over the next year. You feel what I'm saying?
Appreciate
This
it.
has been
All
No
the
Smoke
black
Around.
educators.
Facts.
Shout out black
No,
educators.
that's the most important. Shout out
Yeah.
all the black educators. Facts. Shout out to you for educating.
Happy Black History Month.
Facts.
Black History Month. Happy Black
Most
History
importantly,
Month.
yeah, happy Black History
Most
Month.
definitely.
But this has been Notes from Underground here on 89.9 FM. I've been Dylan Farley,
Okay, Starks.
joined by
Rhakim Ali.
Thank you so much. We out.
Peace.